hay quien las dé como ellos. Los gitanos sí tienen sabor, y los gitanos sí tienen sabor. Cuando cantan sus canciones y tocan palmadas a la madre patria, ay, los gitanos le dan el sabor, y los gitanos le dan...
Unmute. Hello. Buenas noches. ¿Qué pasa? My name is Envy McKee. If you are new here, well, maybe it's just, I'm gonna do it this way. My name is Envy McKee, and this is Club Star People. I have some light that I need to make for myself. This is Club Star People, aka Home Ec, aka Sunday Dinner. And this is our last, I'm gonna put this back. Go over here. This is our last Sunday dinner. I think for the year. I think it is. We got it started. This is our 6th one, and we're going into a busy season for some people. And we have learned so many things. We have made, what did we make? We made papas rellenas. We've made mofongo. We've made arroz grandules. We have made sofrito. We've made all kinds of things. We made empanadas last time. And I was thinking that we were just going to, this will be the last Club Star People Sunday dinner meeting, both things for November, and then we would do something special for next week. But I really think we are capped up for the year, and we'll start back again in January. And that way it gives me time to get the our class trip situation together. I have been nursing a cootie. That's why I look and feel a little not my best. I'm not gonna say raggedy, but you know how when you are not 100%, I feel like I'm a 7.5. I've been working on 6 out of 10, and I think now I'm like a 7.5. I'm working my way up to 8, and I've been maintaining my schedule for the most part, and there are things that need my attention behind the scenes, and I really just want to finish strong. So we did this thing, we impromptu created a whole language, fitness, and travel club, and I think I would like to take some rest for a few weeks and look at what we've already accomplished in the last 6-7 weeks, and be ready for what's next when we start back in January and have the website finished and have the club absolutely going. That said, if you were new here, hi. See what I mean? If you're new here, hi. Club Star People is a grown folks, a melanated grown folks. I didn't say which, all melanations are welcome, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is a melanated grown folk travel fitness. We're going to start with language, fitness, and travel club. I've been saying it for 7 weeks. You would think I would know what it is. And we meet every Wednesday and Sunday. Wednesday is our Spanish club meeting where we practice Spanish. We've had guests on. We talk about, optimal ways to master the language of Spanish, because our first year, our premier year, 2025-26, is all about Spanish. We go into 2027 and we will learn Portuguese. We go into 2028 and we will learn French. And that's our first 3 years, and we'll be going on trips. We'll be practicing the language. We'll be doing all sorts of fun things. That being said, this is still a very new club. We have about 13 members on the patreon.com/envymckee, and you can see what we have already accomplished when you go to patreon.com/envymckee. It is free to join, but there are memberships so that when we travel, there's a baseline of fabulosity that we get to come together and do. So I normally play like a video in the beginning that explains all the things, but I think I'm vibing with spirit today. I wasn't sure if I was going to feel like enough to be able to do this, but I do. I need to eat anyway. So you in the kitchen. I'm not doing anything fancy. We are making this evening for home ec / Sunday dinner. As promised, we are making Cuban black beans, and we are also making Puerto Rican coquito. We're making a non-alcoholic version of coquito, and we are also making it vegan. So what I have made here is homemade. I don't like it. I want this to be thicker though. I made homemade sweetened condensed coconut milk, and this has been interesting because it's been cooking down for a while. I think I might have had it too low, and this is why we don't use certain brands. We don't use this brand, but this is the brand that I had access to for this because I wasn't going to multiple stores. And this coconut milk this one in particular has been in the refrigerator for a day or two. And there ain't no, you know how when you put the coconut milk, excuse me, I need my water. You know how when you put the coconut milk in the refrigerator, the fat will solidify and you'll have a nice thick piece of coconut cream? That didn't do that. That was in the refrigerator for a while, and it's still there's probably not a lot of fat in there. Probably not a lot of coconut oil in there. That's fine. I made my own. I made a homemade coconut milk. I soaked some dried shredded coconut, unsweetened, and I soaked it, and then I made coconut milk with it, and I also strained it, which I probably should not have done, but I still have that silky coconut. Yes, that. This is all for the coquito. And shout out to Meredith Marshall. Today's her birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Meredith. Happy birthday to you. So I've been cooking this sweetened condensed milk. So yeah, I've been cooking it for a minute. I want it to be a little thicker. I want to be a lot thicker. It's sweet. It definitely is sweet. And I also, to make my life easier and to make your life easier, I also cooked down my beans. I soaked them last night, and since we're making Cuban black beans, I wanted to make sure that I was prepared. I don't know how long I'm gonna last, so I want at least. And I already made my rice. See, I was prepared. I already made my sofrito. You see it? And if you don't know, sofrito is in this case it is. I'll tell you, it's onion, it's a green pepper, and it's garlic, and it's not coriander. I don't know why, cilantro and cilantro. And I blended that in a blender. And so here we are. I want to, I'm boiling this. I'm wondering if maybe I need a little bit more sugar. I mean, it's kind of thick. It's just not as, and then I also had to add a little bit of, I took a little bit of this mixture and I put it in a container, and then I added a little bit of cornstarch to it because the watery coconut milk was not doing what I wanted it to do. So I'm also going to say I don't have, what is this? What is this? Is this sofrito? No, this is black beans. So I don't think I have any bay leaves because my child, whenever she's home, she moves my spices to do things. And so I'm not clear if I have bay leaves, and I looked, but we're just gonna the recipe I have is from Ubuela's Counter, and it's Annie's black beans. I'm gonna vibe with what I have. So my beans are cooked. I'm going to tell you what the directions are. It says, as the beans cook, it's a good time to make your sofrito. I've done that. You will know your beans are done when they hold together, but are creamy on the inside. Just set them aside until the sofrito is done. My sofrito is done. In a large pot, add the onions, teaspoon salt and pepper, cumin, oregano, chili flakes, bay leaves, a cup of the 1 quart. How much oil is required for this? I don't even see what's. Oh yeah, it does. This is a 1/2 to 3/4 cup of olive oil. That's a lot of oil. I don't think I want to use that much oil. In a large pot, add the onions. Clear the vegetables to one side of the pot. Add the garlic with a few. Oh, so I actually made sofrito, and that's okay. We're still going to vibe. I actually made sofrito. I didn't. Damn it! I just dropped my spoon in my sweetened condensed milk. So I'm gonna take this out. I think we're good for right now. It's gonna be what it is. As if you have been rocking with me for any amount of time, you know that we do the best we can with what we have. So this is probably not going to be they wanted me to keep all of these ingredients separate, and I just put it all together because I saw sofrito. And so that's how you know that I need to work on my study of Afro-Latinidad cooking. I'm gonna work it out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to have some. I do not have. I should have got some more olive oil when I was out. I do have some coconut oil. I think somewhere I do. So I'm going to use my coconut oil. I don't know why you need a 1/4 cup of it. And I'm not making that much, by the way. So I have my oil. So this is where my oil is. And I want you to see my cooked black beans. That's my cooked black beans. They look good. They're nice and soft and doing what they're supposed to do. I cooked them down enough, or they were cooked in enough water. And this recipe calls for some of the bean liquid to go in the sofrito. So I'm just going to use what's in here. And maybe while this oil is zhuzhing, that's what I will collect from my beans. I would like a ring, I would like a ring, I would like a diamond ring on my wedding finger. I would like a big and shiny diamond that I can wave around and talk about it. And what I have done by blending my sofrito is I don't know what I've done, to be honest with you, but it's fine. It's all the same thing. There just won't be any chunks of onions, which is what I actually do like about Cuban black beans. I really do like that, like the onions. I'm trying to think. So I have some black bean juice. Right now I am letting this oil in my container do what it's going to do. I think I'm listening to my instincts. And so I think what I'm going to do, this is not in the plan, but that's part of cowboy cooking and intuitive cooking at that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this really small onion, just a really small onion, and I'm not going to dice it. I'm going to make it into slivers. So I really do like that flavor and that texture. So I'm going to slice this into little half circles. And I'm going to add these onions to this oil until they soften. Because I do have my sofrito blended, these onions will just add a texture. And I have had Cuban black beans before in an actual Cuban restaurant. And I also recognize that the way people cook, like at home, everybody has a different way of doing things. So there's no I'm not going to say there's no tried and true way, but there's no, if you know what you're doing, if you have your ingredients, the key that I think, one of the key things that I think that I've learned through this process of focusing on Caribbean, like Afro-Caribbean, Afro-Latinidad, diasporic cooking is that just like every other indigenous person or tradition, they use the ingredients that they have. And I can look up 5211 recipes and they'll all have some similarities, but they'll also be different. And that is based on what they have available. And then when the family goes, mom or grandma, abuela, that is fabulous, they keep doing it that way. So I'm not going to be too hard on myself or hard on myself at all. I'm making the black beans, okay? And I have insulated myself from as much drama as I could. Now, I do not believe that this recipe calls for the sazon. It does not. It wants cumin. So I'm going to add some cumin. So it's a half a teaspoon, but it got a little more. Ooh, do I have oregano? Ooh, I don't think I got oregano. Ooh, I didn't look. Do you need oregano? Do I have oregano? Ooh, somebody's grandmother is going to come for me. I do have onion powder and garlic powder. I do have, I know I do have oregano in here somewhere because I'm looking at this parsley and this parsley is not oregano. Ooh, where Italian seasoning has oregano in it. That's not going to do it. Ooh, somebody, abuela is coming for me. I have so much coriander. I have so many different variations of coriander. I have lemon and pepper seasoning that I do not use. What we got in here? No. I have, ow, I see cilantro and do not see oregano. Okay, so, oh wait. No, I have thyme. Oregano. Wait. I have oregano. All right, so we're gonna put this oregano in here. Somebody's abuela. I think I'm saved. So I'm gonna add this oregano here. I'm gonna get some salt and some pepper. I'm gonna use this salt. How much salt you want? Well, just use your ancestral wisdom. And that kosher salt does not play. Where's my ass? I'm gonna put some pepper in here. And did you know, I just learned this, that peppercorns are oil soluble. So to get the best flavor, you crack it in oil to release the flavor. All right, so we've got oregano. All right, so this has some color to it. 1/2 cup of sugar. 1/2 cup. Oh, you know what? I'm not making a big batch, so this is just random. Onions, salt and pepper, cumin, oregano, chili flakes. Put my chili flakes in here. And if you're wondering where the recipe is, it's at the patreon.com/NZMcKee. Our last episode, it was 11, whatever Wednesday was. It's there. The links to the recipe are there. Okay, so I guess I really just want these onions to be like, I'm going to add my sofrito now. I'm adding a good bit of it because it's the pepper. Oh, it smells so good. Because it's the pepper. It's got the garlic in there. It's got onions in there. So I really should have taken these onions out, but they're in there now, honey. And then I said add the bean liquid. So I didn't use a whole giant bag of beans. I used maybe 2 cups of beans, and I soaked them. I'm really playing this by ear. I'm really and truly playing this by ear. And I did exactly what this recipe said not to do, which was I added these vegetables and steamed the onions. So I hope it doesn't destroy what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to cook this down. I want to taste it to see if it means anything. That's interesting. The salt is there. I think the seasonings are just very condensed at this juncture. So I think that once all the other ingredients get in there, it'll be nice and lovely. It's just very strong right now. All right, I added the bean liquid like it asked me to do. And now I have to add vinegar, sugar. It doesn't need any more salt. It does not need. Where is my vinegar? So because I have not been keeping track of my process, I'm not going to, how much apple cider vinegar does it want? Whatever that says, I'm going to do. Yeah, it wants a 1/4 cup. So I'm going to do an 1/8. I'm doing half of that. And I'm going to do, nobody needs that much sugar. Nobody's beans. So I'm going to do like a tablespoon of sugar. Listen, I personally wouldn't have put it in there anyway, but I'm going to trust the process. So this is going to, it's got the bean water, it's got the sugar, it's got the apple cider vinegar. Okay. That has a nice little something or other. I'm going to let that cook down. I almost added things that they didn't ask me to add. I'm slowing it down. So it's got plenty of garlic in there. It's got plenty of onions. It's got the sofrito has changed color. Look. You see it? So it's not green anymore because I put the bean liquid in it. And it says to cook this down for like 15 to 20 minutes. So, okay. So now I think would be a really good time to get on the coquito. My rice is complete. So once these beans are complete, we can eat. So this recipe, which is going to be interesting, calls for, and you know what we have to do? The one thing that I did not do is I did not come up with the history of Cuban black beans, because that's the other thing that we do here, is we learn the history of things. The history of Cuban black beans is rooted in indigenous Taino traditions, Spanish influence, and African culture, evolving over centuries into a staple dish. Black beans themselves are native to the Americas and have been cultivated for thousands of years, becoming central to Cuban cuisine, especially in dishes like moros y cristianos, blacks and Christians, which symbolically represents the country's history through the black beans, Moors, and white rice, Spaniards. The dish represents the fusion of various cultural influences that make up Cuban heritage. Indigenous origins and cultural fusion. Taino influence. The origins of black bean preparations in Cuba can be traced back to the indigenous Taino people who lived on the island before the Spanish arrival. African influence. African culture contributed significantly to the development of Cuban cuisine, including the popularization of black beans as a source of protein, especially in rural areas. Spanish influence. Spanish settlers brought their own culinary traditions and ingredients, including the concept of moros y cristianos, a dish that symbolizes the historical conflict between the Moors and the Spaniards. Honey, we need to get into that another time. Oh, I can't wait to find somebody who's an expert in that to come and tell us a story. Evolution into staple, a cornerstone of Cuban cuisine. Black beans became an essential part of Cuban meals, with some families eating them at least once a day. The Moros y Cristianos tradition, the dish where black beans and rice are cooked together, is a perfect example of cultural fusion and often served holidays and family gatherings. The black beans represent the dark-skinned Moors, and the white rice represent. I feel like we keep coming here and shut up. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I want to learn. So it's a staple. It is like every other Afro-Latinidad, especially in the Caribbean, the Caribbean archipelago of islands, wherever them slave ships landed. There was some fusion between the indigenous natives who were there, the Spaniards who were the colonizers, and the Africans who were used as primary labor, who were human trafficked. So that's good. So we've learned that the Spaniards still have a feel away about the Moors. That's what I'm getting out of it. So now I want to learn the history of coquito. And I do recognize that Cuban black beans and coquito are different. Coquito, from what I understand, is Puerto Rican. Coquito, or little coconut, is a Puerto Rican holiday drink with a history rooted in the combination of Spanish traditions and local ingredients. But its exact origin is debated. One theory is that it evolved from a Spanish eggnog, or ponche de huevo, adapted with the addition of coconut milk and local rum. Don't have no rum, so do not get excited. There will be no rum in mine. Another theory is that it was created in the 1950s after canned condensed milk became more widely available, combining the already popular mixture of coconut and rum with condensed milk to create a new, rich drink. Sounds rich. Evolution of coquito. Spanish influence. Some believe the drink originated from Spanish colonists who brought their eggnog-like ponche to the Caribbean. Over time, they adapted the recipe using local ingredients like rum and coconut. Modern development. A more recent theory suggests the drink, as it is known today, was developed in the 1950s after canned condensed milk was introduced to Puerto Rico. The combination of the readily available canned milks, local rum, and coconut created the creamy holiday drink. Popularization. The drink's popularity didn't take off until the 1970s, though it was featured in Puerto Rican cookbooks as early as the 1950s. And then it goes on to tell us about family traditions. While the exact origin is unclear, coquito is a drink that has been passed down through generations in Puerto Rican families. Every family has its own version, with many different recipes for coquito existing today. Some family recipes may include eggs for a richer texture, while others may add spices or types of rum. So now we know. So we're going to go back here. The recipe that I have, I need to turn this down and I think this might be just about ready for the beans, is I need a quarter cup sweetened condensed milk, which I made my own. I made sweetened condensed coconut milk, but I'm going to use more than a quarter cup because I do not have evaporated milk. A can of cream of coconut, 1 can of coconut milk, which I do have, and I do have some cream of coconut. I have vanilla, nutmeg, and cinnamon. So what I'm supposed to do is just combine all these things in the blender. I think this is ready for the beans. So let me go back to the other recipe. We did that. Add the beans to the pot. It said, hold on. We put together 15-20 minutes, I think. This my soul says this is ready. So I'm listening. So now what we're supposed to do is add the beans to the pot, bring them to a boil for a good 5 to 10 minutes on medium-high heat, then simmer it down to medium-low and let cook together for at least 30 minutes, up to an hour, so the beans absorb all the flavor in the liquid. Taste for salt and pepper. Since you're using fresh beans, they'll take on more salt than canned. Yes, Lord. If the beans have absorbed too much liquid and are too thick, add 1 to 2 cups more water until desired consistency. So I think that's why my spirit is telling me to add the beans now, because we still have to cook them some more. But I think because these beans have been, I mean, everything is cooked. So even if they get eaten a little soon. Oh, okay. I want you to see. So these look delicious. I think I'm supposed to add some more oil to this, but I feel like I added a lot of oil for the amount of beans that I have. So we're going to let this come back up to a boil. I'm very, very, very glad that I added the onions, like I said that I was going to do. I'm not ready to taste this for flavor yet. I'm going to let this do its thing while we get the coquito together. Okay? Okay. Okay. So I'm going to move this pot over. The next part of this requires just my blender. Where did that water come from? Oh, this goes down here. Okay, so I am going to do my, don't use this brand. This is the worst brand. When I tell you this is the worst brand of coconut milk, oh my God, it is terrible. But I'm going to use it because that's what I have. I told you I made a version of my own as well. I also have some coconut cream tendrils. I'm going to add that in there. I'm just going to use all of it. This is where we play by ear, because this is going to be wasted if I don't use it. So I'm just putting it in there. I don't know what it's going to be. We're just going to vibe. I thought I had some like milk, like not sweetened condensed milk, but like the powdered milk. I personally don't use it, but I had some. I remember seeing some. I could. But I don't see it. I don't see it. So I'm going to go with the feeling that I do not actually have it, and that's fine. So I have my can of coconut milk. I have coconut cream, and I've let my sweetened condensed milk cool. And I have to look at the recipe to see what I have to trade it for. Because I don't, like I said, I don't have the, what are you doing? I don't have evaporated milk. So it wants a cup of evaporated milk, and it wants a half cup of sweetened condensed milk. So I'm going to do a cup and a quarter. That's what I'm going to do. It's going to be sweet. That's the third cup. I can't use that. Because I'm not doing maths in my head. Another cup. So this is doing its thing. I think I really want to move this over here because, no, I'm not, because I need this. So I'm going to start with, it's thick. It's still warm, so it's not as thick as it could be. And this really is trash. unless you're into it. So I'm putting coconut. I mean, it got thick and it's sweet. So I had to help it along a little bit. But it definitely is not what I'm used to. All right, so that's going to be plenty sweet, honey. Plenty sweet. I did taste that. It tastes good, though. It does what it's supposed to do. So now I'm going to add some nutmeg. It says a teaspoon of vanilla, a half teaspoon nutmeg. At least I have these ingredients, man. All right, come on, Becky. And by the way, everything, Becky is like, I started saying it in college. It's like, it's the thing, like everything is Becky. You'd be like, whatever, Becky. I can't remember where exactly it came from, but it was like a thing that we did in college, and I went to Hampton, and it was just kind of like, that's what we did. So that's what it did. All right, so cinnamon now. I need a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. This is a half. You need that much cinnamon? Okay. Okay. I didn't quite put. Oh. Anyway. This is gonna be very seasoned. All right. This is a little bit more than what I bargained for. It's gonna be very seasoned. It's gonna be very seasoned. We're gonna see. All right, so now I'm gonna put on my blender. If you saw, you saw. If you didn't, you didn't. I'm not saying nothing. So these black beans are doing what they're doing. My coquito looks very not milky because I put way too much seasoning in this. Let me see. Let me taste it. Let me taste it. Mmm. Mmm. Oh my goodness, it's so good. I didn't destroy it. I just got a spicier situation. It's so good. It's so good. I'm so excited to put ice in this. Hold on. I thought you're supposed to put ice in it. Are you supposed to put there's no ice? I'm gonna fight myself. Oh, it is so good. So I ended up putting too much seasoning in it. So I put about not quite a tablespoon of cinnamon. So it was like not quite. And I put a half a tablespoon of nutmeg. I picked up the wrong thing. I didn't see the B because my mind is not doing what it's supposed to do. And I ended up putting a tablespoon of vanilla in it. But when I tell you that this thing done changed my life already, and I just tasted the slightest bit, and I want to blend. I put some ice in it too. I'm gonna let it settle a little bit. I don't know why my ice cubes look like nubs. I don't understand. But I'm going to. Oh my God! It is so good. Like I was sitting here going, maybe. Because I've seen somebody make their coquito, like they make a tea out of the seasonings, and then they add I did this. I don't understand why. Unless somebody was in here just like, why only have these little half nubs of ice in here? That's so weird. But I am about to make ice cream out of this because this is just, oh my gosh. So I want to blend it up a little more. It doesn't need any more. Wait, I want you to see me. It doesn't need any more sweetness. It is so good. What I think I might do is put some of this in my, what's that thing called? What's this thing called? My Ninja Creamy thing. I inherited from my dad. He got one, and then he passed, and he didn't need it, so I got it. All right, these beans. I think I'm ready to try the beans. Yeah, these are good. I'm trying to decide because it's starting to get like thick. But because the beans were fresh, I don't know, does it need more salt? How do you like your beans? Do you like your beans salty? I don't always. I think I might have a little bit too much cumin in there. How I want to taste this is I want a little bit more garlic powder and onion powder. I know some people like whatever they like, but cumin is, I like the smokiness of cumin, but I like my cumin on the back end. I don't like it to be too forward, if that makes any sense. And I think instead of adding salt, I'll just add a little Tony's. Just a little Tony's, which is going to give this a totally different thing. And I think I should also, I never thought to add sugar. I didn't even add the whole of the sugar to it. I think I'm going to add a little bit of water as well. And you can't really taste the, I mean, you can, there's a note of the, what is it? Of the apple cider vinegar. It's a little note. It's there. You know it's there, but it's not, it doesn't take over the thing. It's really good. Okay. I'm gonna let this zhuzh for a little bit longer, and then I think we're ready to plate. I really want this coquito though. Like that's when my soul is like, So this is my coquito. Mine looks like caramel milk a little bit because I put a lot of seasonings in this. Oh my God, it smells so good. And look at it. It looks so good. It looks so creamy. All right. I'm so grateful. I am so grateful. I'm so grateful for this recipe, for the beings who had the presence of mind to put all of these ingredients together and all the generations that pass it down so that this moment is a moment that I get to try. Oh, I'm so grateful for all of these ingredients and all of the hands that made it possible for this moment. And I am so grateful that I get to enjoy it. And so it is. Ciao. Ciao. And it is fragrant. It's like there's like floralness to it. And the creaminess. I don't know why it tastes like there's a floralness to it. It must be the nutmeg because I put plenty of nutmeg in there, but it has a floral frequency to it. It's just really good. That is so good. That is so good. That's so good. Oh my goodness. Salud. Salute. So I'm going to, it's so good. It is so good. Now, again, like I said, I know I put way too much nutmeg in it, but even in that, the herbaceousness of it, if you will, but there's this, it's not spicy, like it's not taking your tongue out, but between the coconut milk, and I did not use the other milk solid, but it might also be something about the vanilla, the way the cinnamon, the nutmeg, and the vanilla just vibe with the sweetened condensed coconut milk, and then the coconut milk itself. It might actually be the milk. I don't know, but whatever it is spectacular. So what I'm going to do now is I made some brown rice. So I'm gonna pull this brown rice is perfect. I've made it in my rice cooker. So we got some brown rice, and now put this on low. I'm gonna take some of these gorgeous beans. I want a bigger spoon than this. This is not helping my process at all. Well, we're gonna vibe with it. It is what it is. I'm going to be traveling this week, so that's part of the reason why the rest of we're not going to do any more Club Star People meetings for the rest of this month. I'm still deciding if we're going to just do one more when we get to December, but we're going to play it by ear. So that's what we got. We got black beans, Cuban black beans, my cowboy cooking variation of Cuban black beans, and we got coquito. I am so excited. Cuban and Puerto Rican, but it's all Afro-Latina, Dad. All right, so I've already blessed this. I'm going to bless it again. Oh, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to try it, to taste it, and see how we made it. And so it is. Okay, so I'm going to try it. And I didn't do white rice. I did brown rice, as we've learned. The Spaniards had an idea that by having the black beans, they represented the Moors, and the white rice represented them. But I got brown rice and black beans. So what does that make it? I don't know. All right, let's see. I'm sorry, I've had Cuban black beans before, but as we also discover, everybody's got their own recipe. So I'm not sure what part of the recipe is consistent and what makes it Cuban versus every other kind of black beans. But for me, it's like the sauce. The Cuban black beans for me is because they have a sauce to them. In the restaurant that I've had them before, came in kind of like a it wasn't like a bowl, but it was like, you know, those kind of bowls. I'm not finding the word for It's like a little cauldron. It's like a little cup. And they'd be in this little cup. And then the rice would come on the side. And then you put your rice and your beans together the way you want it. I can't remember the name of the restaurant either. So don't ask me questions. I'm doing my best. Mm. 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 This is really good. You did good here. You did good here. I'll take one more bite. Mm-hmm. I did a good thing by cooking the beans beforehand, so this part could be the part. I did a good thing by making fresh sweetened condensed coconut milk because, honey, I feel like this right here is what set this whole thing off. And actually, I feel like I did a good thing by doing the sofrito and the sliced onions. I feel like it added something. I don't know what that something is. But it's good. And this coquito, when I tell you this is so good, I'm very excited for it to get super cold. And because I did add some ice, and it's very floral forward. I really am not explaining it right, but there's like a floral note to it, and it's not rose or anything like that, but there is a floral note that's right on the top of it. So when you first taste it, it has it's a rich creaminess, and there you can get the sweet, but at the end it's like, and I'm pretty sure it's the nutmeg. There's this really, really dope floral note that I don't want to say it feels perfumey, but it's in my flavor range. I absolutely love this. Would make a spectacular ice cream, like a really dope like this would make a really good ice cream. Okay, well, my Star People friends, my Club Star People friends, we have done all the things. We have made Cuban black beans and brown rice. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We have learned new things. The fact that because we made sofrito for another recipe, my instinct was to make sofrito to prepare. That means that this Afro-Latinidad, this Afro-Caribbean, this Afro-Spanish cooking style is becoming a part of my cowboy cooking repertoire, which is really dope. The fact that if you can't find, and maybe I should tell you what sweetened condensed coconut milk is. So how I made this was I took a can of boo-boo coconut milk, which I told you about, but I also made fresh coconut milk with shredded coconut and water. I soaked the shredded coconut for a little while, and then I added more water, and then I blended it till it was smooth, and then I strained it. But I ended up reusing that for the coquito. Then you bring the coconut milk to a boil. You add, for this recipe, it said a half of cup of sugar, cane sugar. I used a little bit more than that. And then I also added a slurry of cornstarch. I had a slurry to thicken it up. And because this particular coconut milk is not the dopest, in my opinion, it's got these little tendrils in it. But it's still thickened. It still tastes delicious. And when you blend it, you don't even notice. So I'm going to put this in a container, and I'm going to probably put it in the refrigerator, and it will probably thicken up even more. And if I want to make more coquito, I already have it. Okay. So we've done all the things. You've learned all the things. This video will be up in the patreon.com/EnvyMcKee space. when it is complete, it'll be on YouTube. It will also be on Facebook Live, because that's where I'm doing this. I'm going to stop broadcasting on live on Instagram because it doesn't do anything. And that's that on that. I appreciate you and I love you. Buenas noches. And I will either see you on some week in December, or I will see you in January. I'm still deciding, and once I figure it out, I will make an announcement on the patreon.com/MVMcKee space. If you'd like to join our language, fitness, and travel club, you may do so at patreon.com/MVMcKee. The Club Star People website, it's being worked out. It's on its way. I've done enough for this evening. I'm starting to feel tired, so I'm going to go. And I love you. Buenas noches. Adios. And I'll see you later. Bye.
Ay, los gitanos sí tienen sabor.
I wanted a Spanish club, so I'm making a Spanish club. And I want to learn about Afro-Puerto Rican culture. I want to learn about bamba. I want to learn about salsa. I want to go to Puerto Rico. I want to go to the Dominican Republic. I want to go to all the places, and I want to be fluent in Spanish. And so if you want to be fluent in Spanish, this is the club for you. There'll be elements that you have to do yourself. Like I said, I'm using Pimsleur. You can use Pimsleur. If you don't want to use Pimsleur, you can use whatever you want, because I'm not over your shoulder helping you practice. I like Pimsleur because it's 30 minutes a day. And this is not an ad. It's 30 minutes a day, 30 days in a month. And then you finish Spanish 1. And then we move on to Spanish 2. So in 4 months' time, we'll be ready for Bad Bunny. In 5 months' time, we'll be ready for Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. Again, the next element of this is working out. If you don't want to work out, you don't have to work out. But I personally want to look and feel my best for these trips that we're going on in 2026 to all these Spanish-speaking places. And I want to look great for the cameras and all the things. So I'm working out. Again, you can go to patreon.com/MVMcKee, and you can read about Club Star People. And all the things that I talked about in this video are highlighted in a physical document that you can read at your leisure.
Le dan el sabor y los gitanos le dan el sabor.